The Pleiades constellation, often called the Seven Sisters, is one of the most recognizable star clusters in our night sky. And the Pleiadian star beings have become one of the most popular topics in galactic astrology, as well as spiritual and metaphysical groups. Known as the soul healers of the cosmos, Pleiadians are associated with some of the most nurturing, communicative, and healing energies in our galaxy. They embody optimism, playfulness, and a profound capacity to see the highest potential in everyone around them. The Pleiadians are a central part of our collective tapestry, and I'm super excited to dive into this topic with you. Although I'm posting this video to coincide with a current transit from May 19th to the 23rd, this video is timeless, meaning the details I cover here are relevant at any point that you wish to further explore your connection to the Pleiades. Our sun will be conjuncting the fixed stars in the Pleiades cluster between May 19th through May 23rd, from around 28 degrees and 40 minutes of Taurus to around 2 degrees and 20 minutes of Gemini. These energies will begin to build around May 19th as the sun moves closer in orb to the fixed star Electra. Then the sun will conjunct the central sun Alcyone on May 20th, reaching exactitude at approximately 22:30 or 10:30 p.m. Austin, Texas time. And the energies will start fading around May 23rd as the sun moves past the conjunct degrees for the fixed star Pleione. Hey, I'm Kellie. Do you ever feel like you could change the world if only people would listen to you? Do you ever feel like the emotional support human at work or with friends or even with strangers? Do you give people a dozen second chances, even if they keep doing things that disrupt your own well-being? Or do you feel an unshakable determination to keep going and transform your experiences into something that can empower others? Then keep watching, because you may get some answers to why these themes are present in your life. From overcoming codependence to mastering communication, understanding your connection to the Pleiades can enhance the innate spiritual gifts that you walk with and that are incredibly important to our collective evolution at this time. This video will cover some of the core themes associated with connections to the Pleiades. Then we'll cover the Pleiades through all 12 astrological houses, as well as some of the evolutionary themes for natal alignments to the lunar nodes. Every year, there are multiple alignments to the Pleiades star system, and regular opportunities to connect with these energies and the star beings from this beautiful system. Depending on which source you look into, some people give specific times or dates to meditate during these alignments, such as a daytime meditation during the May alignments or a nighttime meditation for the November alignments. I say choose a time that works best for your energy and your focus. Just go with it and don't overthink it. Before we get into the Pleiades through the 12 houses, here are some key points to focus on. Whether you want to meditate or simply attune yourself to this transit, the core energies present during this alignment include healing communication, joyful service, and empathic connection. And if you want to take your meditation deeper on these specific energies, try focusing on this core message. I am a clear channel for healing communication. I create and maintain healthy boundaries for myself and others, and I allow others to have their own experiences. In my natal chart, I have the Pleiades star cluster tightly conjunct my south node in the 8th house, which means I also have the north node opposing the Pleiades in my 2nd house. When I look at the Pleiadian qualities and lessons that we're covering in this video and track how they seem to play out in my life, I can easily see that when I put others' needs before my own, or when I don't communicate my boundaries and so on, these choices directly affect my resources, such as time, money, energy, and general well-being. So that's 2nd house, 8th house axis, the axis of resources. This doesn't affect my resources every time, but more often than not, this seems to be the case. These experiences have also had a direct effect on my sense of self-worth, so that 2nd house, which ultimately informs my values and how I've worked to improve this area of my life over decades. To be clear, these lessons are also associated with things like codependence and being an empath and many other related human experiences. It's not just the Pleiadians. You can think of it as the difference between a personal experience, say lessons from this incarnation, versus a soul memory, meaning experiences from prior incarnations. I want to come back really quick to the point about Pleiadians being known as soul healers, and to really demonstrate the power of this Pleiadian influence in my life. I want to share with you a quick channeled prayer that came through me around June of 2015. I say it came through me rather than coming from me because I was several days into a very intense fasting prayer ceremony. So my brain had reached the point where that mind chatter was gone, and I was just in total surrender to the prayer and the experience. There's more to the story on how it came through and the things that led up to it, but I'll give you the quick reference that was revealed to me about forgiveness. So in preparation for this ceremony, I started asking my guides forgiveness. Like, what is it and how do we do it? One of the best references I'd heard prior to that was forgiveness is when you purge yourself of the desire to punish others. And that was a great working reference. But I knew I needed to go deeper. So I asked, what is it and how do we do it? I came to that with the belief that in the metaphysical realm, in the realm of spirits and spirit guides, there is no judgment. The universe doesn't judge us for our choices. So I carry the belief that judgment is a human creation. And so forgiveness is therefore a human process or a human whatever. Sometimes when I'm waiting for an answer, when you get the thinking wheel where it's buffering, I'll see these shapes just start turning and turning. And it's like, all right, they're trying to figure out how to put this in human context with, regular words. So I get the buffering image and I was like, all right, I'm waiting for the answer. What I finally heard was an explanation of when we're asking for forgiveness, or when as humans we're working on the process of forgiveness or the practice of forgiveness, what we're trying to do, what we're ultimately going for, is we want to be returned to the state of wholeness that we were prior to being harmed. So when we're seeking forgiveness, when we're trying to work through and forgive someone, we're really wanting to be returned to that state of wholeness that we were prior to being harmed. I found that to be incredibly insightful, and it made so much sense. Because at the same time, when I'm asking, what is it and how do we do it? And how do we pass that trap of, well, if we forgive this person, then they get away with this stuff, and we still have to process the anger and the resentment and all the other things that come up when we are hurt or harmed. The forgiveness prayer. I take back that which was taken from me, and I call back to myself that which is mine. I return that which I've taken from others, and I give back that which is not mine. The forgiveness prayer. I take back that which was taken from me, and I call back to myself that which is mine. I return that which I've taken from others, and I give back that which is not mine. For the 4 years leading up to this ceremony, I had been asking the universe to help me heal what I need to heal so my children don't have to carry it forward. You can look at this as ancestral healing, as doing your own work. This can be applicable to a lot of different things, but this is how it came through for me. And I have shared it with countless clients, friends. Even when I was working in corrections, I shared it with some of the inmates. It's a very powerful prayer. For those who have natal alignments to the Pleiades, here are some of the traits associated with these starseeds. You're naturally optimistic, witty, social, playful, and enthusiastic. You possess deep empathy and sensitivity that borders on psychic abilities. You have an innate ability to help others remember their divine gifts. You maintain strong faith even during challenging situations. And you have a remarkable capacity to forgive and see the best in people. Now, along with these gifts come some integration challenges. Oh boy, our favorite part. Boundary struggles, which offers the opportunity to learn balanced service that doesn't deplete your energy. Rescuer tendencies, which teaches discernment about when to help and when to allow others their growth lessons. Emotional absorption, which can help develop mastery of energy clearing and protection techniques. Communication barriers, which offers the opportunity to transform defensive or people-pleasing patterns into authentic expression. So where these energies land in your chart can make a big difference in how you'll experience them. Now that we have some clear ideas about the messages and energies being activated by the Pleiades, let's break it down by house. Here's an overview on how the Pleiades energies express through each of the 12 astrological houses. First house, you embody a playful, optimistic, and empathic spirit who sees the best in others. Your frequency helps others remember their divine gifts, and your presence can have a positive effect on your environment. Second house, you value being helpful to others, clear communication, and boundaries. You're able to create material security through energy healing modalities, social media, life coaching, public speaking, things like that. and your sense of self-worth may feel tied to your ability to empower others. Third house, your communication style may be energetic and animated. You may be known as a great communicator and a fast talker. You may have a tendency towards self-criticism as a way to avoid upsetting others. Fourth house, your style of nurturing may be lighthearted, empathic, and encouraging. Your mindful and sensitive approach helps others feel safe. Creating and maintaining a peaceful and positive environment is important to you. Fifth house, your whimsical nature is authentic and spontaneous. You enjoy sharing your creativity and playfulness with others. You're able to express heart-centered wisdom by turning experiences into understanding, as well as practical and creative solutions. Sixth house, you help others remember who they are and activate their divine gifts. You may unconsciously absorb the emotions of others. You may be drawn to energetic healing, and your well-being can be affected by harsh people and environments. Seventh house, you bring fun and excitement for life into your relations with others. Healthy boundaries and strong communication allow you to build lasting connections. You often give others multiple chances, easily forgive, and don't hold grudges. Eighth house, your ability to see the best in others has a transformative and healing effect. You're able to transmute experiences into wisdom by integrating them with your heart-centered perspective. Your curious nature allows you to explore esoteric topics. Ninth house, your passion for exploring and learning is an ongoing theme in your life. You feel mission-driven to assist humanity with spiritual transformation. As you master boundaries and communication, you may teach others how to do the same. 10th house, you're known for your joyful spirit and bringing enthusiasm into the work environment, and also making others feel good about their efforts. You may have natural social media skills and are media savvy. You're known for strong communication abilities. 11th house, your passion and optimism can energize groups. You're driven by a deep desire for peace and happiness for the collective. You must allow others to have their own experience and learn their own lessons. 12th house, your innate optimism allows you to tackle self-growth and soul transformation without dwelling in the challenges. And you have strong faith and trust, even in deeply challenging or scary situations. Now for the evolutionary edge. Here's where your Pleiadian connection invites you into deeper mastery through challenge. Let's explore the cosmic curriculum of the Pleiades through the lunar nodes. Pleiadian South Node. You have a natural gift for emotional healing and nurturing others. You have an instinctive skill at diffusing tense situations. You have past life experience in healing and communication. You have strong connection to healing through communication. Pleiadian North Node. This involves developing clear communication of personal needs. It involves consciously transforming the absorbed emotions of others. It also involves balancing empathy with personal sovereignty. And Pleiadian North Node also includes mastering energy management techniques. Let's look at a few key evolutionary themes. So from the South Node to the North Node, this is moving you along that evolutionary scale through the Pleiadian frequencies, moving from people-pleasing to authentic truth-speaking, moving from natural empathy to structured healing practice, moving from absorbing others' pain to teaching emotional sovereignty, and moving from unconscious absorption of other people's energy to conscious transformation of that energy. I once heard someone say that insight without action isn't very useful. So here are a few practical strategies to help you work with and integrate the Pleiadian energies. Since Pleiadians are master communicators, or at least have the potential to become master communicators, one of the common blocks to doing that is throat chakra blockages, which can interfere with speaking our truth or expressing ourselves in a way that feels authentic. So if you want a fun, simple, very easy thing to do when no one else is around, try this. A fun little exercise that I encourage you to try at least once is a simple throat chakra clearing technique. It's basically humming for 1 to 3 minutes. You just pick a tune, pick a note. Doesn't matter if it's on key, off key. No one's there measuring. Just pick a note, pick a tune, and hum. You can hum a straight note. Like I said, 1 to 3 minutes. You can hum the scales, the do, re, mi, fa, so, I think it is. The point of this is to physically move the vibrations through your throat chakra, through your energy field, and have fun with it. Another helpful practical tip for working through some of the Pleiadian lessons and challenges and integrating the energies more deeply in your experience are a few simple boundary setting techniques or tips, whatever you want to call them. Now, many starseeds are here learning the lesson of boundaries. So it's not just the Pleiadians, but if you have connections to the Pleiades and boundaries are one of your fun life lessons, then here are a few tips on how to set and keep better boundaries. First is a phrase that I want you to memorize. Write it on a sticky note, put it wherever it's relevant to you by your phone, take it with you to work, send yourself a random notification during the day to remind yourself of this. And it's simply this: available doesn't mean obligated. It's a boundary that you can set for yourself and with yourself. Available doesn't mean obligated. This includes your time, your energy, financial resources, emotional investment, and so on. Just because you have time, meaning your time is available, doesn't mean you're obligated to block that out for someone else. Just because you have the energy doesn't mean that you have to give that away to everyone who's asking for it. Just because you have some stored up financial resources doesn't mean that you need to loan those out or let them leak. And just because you have the emotional stamina to deal with other people's trauma, drama, and so on, doesn't mean that you have to give all of that out. It is okay and appropriate to store some of these resources for yourself. So in working with this phrase, an easy way to do it is identify a few main people or situations that feel more draining on your energy. And before you engage, when people ask for your time, your energy, your financial resources, or your emotional investment, or whatever else you can add to that list, before you offer that, remind yourself that available doesn't mean obligated. Have fun with that one. It has really been a game changer for me. The next two are kind of takes on the same thing. The first one is a declaration. People might call these affirmations. I see them a little bit differently, but whatever you want to call these, the simple way to say this is, I prioritize my well-being. Definitely write this one down and put sticky notes, print it on a piece of paper, put it by your mirror, by your phone, put it in as many places as you can think of to help remind you of what's important. You and your well-being are very important. So prioritize that. You can set this up as a mantra. You can set this up as a daily practice. Set a timer for yourself 1 to 3 times a day, where you just sit for 30 seconds and repeat this to yourself. I prioritize my well-being. I prioritize my well-being. You can say it to yourself first thing when you wake up, right before you're going to bed. Say this as often as you can for you to really absorb that that's an important thing. It's an important aspect of you being here. So another version of this, or to expand on that, you could say, I prioritize my family, my health, and my spiritual practice. You can say that as a full sentence, or you can break these up as individual declarations or affirmations, if that's what you want to call them. I prioritize my well-being. I prioritize my family. I prioritize my health, and I prioritize my spiritual practice. Any version, any combination of that, and add to that, what else do you prioritize? Whatever you value, you will make that a priority. I find these practices especially powerful, regardless of the transits, what time of year it is, it doesn't matter. They help maintain that delicate balance between serving others and honoring your own energy field, your own energy resources. This is a central lesson for all Pleiadian souls. So as this Pleiadian transit or alignment unfolds, remember that you're not just witnessing cosmic events, you're participating in them. Your conscious awareness of these stellar frequencies is a huge part of how they become anchored here on Earth. Very important. What you do matters. I really want you to know and understand this. So I hope this video gives you an idea of how the Pleiades can empower your healing journey through this transit and beyond. And let me know in the comments what message is tugging at your soul right now. What Pleiadian lessons have you worked through already? And what Pleiadian gifts are you ready to share with the world? Please leave me a comment. You know I love hearing your journeys. And remember, humanity is a group project, so thanks for doing your part. A little more of an idea of how is a simple throat clearing. Now I love hearing your whatever. Your conscious awareness of these other frequencies. Your conscious awareness of these other frequencies, helpful and powerful during the Mediterranean. Your curious nature allows others to explore. And so I hope this video gives you an idea of how the Pleiades can empower.
Blah, 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 blah.